What's up? Hello, it's your girl, Rosalie, your favorite Cuban German. Welcome to the ultimate YouTube channel all about world music, psychology, philosophy. I am so happy that you're here. Do you like my shirt? The true Ren fans among you will absolutely understand this. This is a placeholder, let me just say that. Until maybe, possibly, we need to sign a petition. Ren creates his own, and then I need to get that one. In the meantime, Ren, make a shirt, please. In the meantime, I'm going to have to rock this. And those of you who have been following Vincent's Tale, Ren's masterpiece, Vincent's Tale, and the whole sagas, and have watched the second night particularly, you will understand this. So this is me trying to get Ren's attention to please make a shirt. This is a placeholder, my brother. Can you make one, please, and have it available for us to buy? Because I have laughed so much in this saga. I have laughed so much. I've had so much fun in this masterpiece that is Ren's work. But also, it has been so profound, opening the door, opening the gates to deep conversations, to amongst one another, but also within ourselves, to ask ourselves deep things that go deep into how we people operate, the way we're wired, anthropologically, biologically, scientifically, right? Lobotomy your life, anyone? And the way that we work within ourselves. So many things we could talk about. And my hope for these videos, beyond supporting Ren and making sure you guys go and flood his YouTube, all his social media, watch his content, buy his merch. Please subscribe here too if you would. I want to, beyond just enjoying this and analyzing and bringing you hopefully some analysis and some review that you can learn from and that you enjoy with me, I want this to be an inspiration for us to have takeaways from. There's something powerful, especially in this day and age, to not just consume this and say this was hilarious, this was sad, this was oh my gosh, and all the faces, but for us also to have a takeaway, some type of call to action, maybe on a macro scale when it comes to what we do in our towns and villages and the way we vote and the way that we operate in society, but also within ourselves. May this be some type of piece where we also look within and go, you know what, what's happening here? The time has finally come for us to review Vincent's Tale, Starry Night. We've been working up to this, gearing up for this. This has been an amazing journey. And before we dive in, I have to tell you guys a couple of things that will blow your mind. I've been promising it when I was talking about when we reviewed the third night. And I have to say, it is so profound that Ren gave us 3. The first night, the second night, the third night. Because the number 3 is actually a very powerful, important number when we look at Vincent van Gogh's life. Van Gogh painted 3 distinct famous versions of his bedroom in Arles. 3 of the bedroom, which also was one of Vincent's Tale's pieces in this saga. It's his life, Vincent van Gogh's life, also is separated into 3 main phases. The early Dutch period, which was more with darker tones. The Paris period, which was more impressionism and color. And then the Arles Saint-Remy asylum period, where the colors were more vibrant and it was more impasto. This entire 1, 2, 3, first, second, third night has been placed in and around the prison or about prison, which could be a direct parallel to Vincent van Gogh and his time in the asylum, in the Saint-Remy asylum that Vincent van Gogh was in after a severe mental health crisis in May of 1889. And from there is when he painted Starry Night. And while Starry Night, there's variations of it and more photogenic or photographic copies of it, the original really speaks of inner peace and profound emotional calm surrounded by chaos. In its time of course, it means various things to people now, Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, but at the time, 1889, it was not widely recognized, first of all, but it represented a radical shift towards subjective emotional expression. It was largely ignored at the time by contemporary critics because they favored that photographic style. There's so many feelings that we are carry now as we're entering Vincent's Tale, Starry Night. So I am very curious to see where Ren takes this. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm so excited. I am so excited. These pieces are so profound. I wonder how we landed this prison, being able to record. Oh, heck yeah. Hey. Oh, okay. Okay.
How do I begin? Wait a minute, I know. Step 1, I repent. Step 2, let me go. No, 3, maybe I show you remorse for my crime. Fuck that, let me speak my mind. So allow me to introduce myself to your manifestation of everybody in this room. Ever felt discarded by a system that's regarded to be something for the people, but the people disregarded, it's retarded. Putting all the power in the palms of the heartless. Lions don't care when chewing on carcass. Homeless levels rise and the politicians pardon. Slave labour wage docking pay for the farmers. Britain, Great Britain, no, you're a slave. Great Britain, tax bracket rise, grow. Give a tax break for a suit and tie on the low. Well, the everyday people getting fucked till they broke, so let me unload, I'm on a roll, I never vote, big in the polls, Britain the road, who to control when there is no food in the bowl. It's a low blow, representatives don't show empathy, plain to see, represent me, no soccer. Britons break backs just for bread and butter. Fuck the PM, did they stutter? In the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk up poor land's udder. 9 to 5, can't survive away just to work in a job that can't provide. It's by design, my hands are tied, I climb that, on this that, how the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never wine, the pig steps to the slaughter. Before your eyes, it's for the new world order. Except our minds, court of law, a horse who will bend for bribe. All the while, people watch reality TV, sleep easy, wake and repeat the cycle. Are you taking the Michael? Better beat it up. City full of sheep tweeting on the social media. Tabloid twisting tails and it's causing mass hysteria. Polarise the people, never by the hand that's feeding you. When it comes to war, they'll be calling for you, needing you. Fighting for a cause that wasn't yours, then leaving you. Hyperpolarizing the left and the right. Are you woke? Are you racist? Black? Are you white? Are you all for the Brexit? Make a swift exit. The NHS rots. Where was tax directed? Look, there goes another fucking puppet elected. Dance, little puppet, dance for the neglected. Impunity from true flies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, 2 parties resurrected. Yes, I am the malevolent, degenerate delegate. Incarcerate the truth, keep it separate. The fabric of society is delicate. They don't want me in the room, I'm the elephant. Let's go. I guess I was fucked from the get-go. Wrong place and wrong time, guess so. Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was destined to break, because I get no satisfaction. I roll stoned, ETAs with ET, I phone home, ETC, don't blink, life is gone. Time don't wait, the show must go on. In London underground, come rain and thunder. Junkies drunk.
I can't, guys. I can't. I don't want to pause, but just, are you noticing all these references? The alliterations, the wordsmithery, as usual, top tier. So much poetry, so much literary art. The guy's a genius. I love the integration of a cappella. There's something about, that stomp the yard vibe. I said it before, rhythmic elements and percussion and drums and doom, 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 that gets us hyped. We are made of rhythm, our heartbeat, our neurons firing. It ties into something tribal within us biologically, psychologically, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, a cappella groups and beatboxing is something that people love. There's a reason why bands like Pentatonics and Home Free have gone viral and are beloved by many. We appreciate people playing with harmonies and their voices synchronizing, but in different notes and layers and coming in at different times and call and repeat. That's fascinating to the mind. It's very stimulating scientifically, but it's also beautiful because it's differences that come together and work perfectly, which is ideally what our world should be like. But I digress. We're being polarized. Man, every time I listen to Ren, I feel like I'm becoming a rapper and even more of a poet myself. Then you have elements like the beatboxing, very fitting, very relevant to our current modern day age. Who doesn't like a good beatboxing session? It's amazing to see what people can do with their voice. It's phenomenal to watch and to listen to. Sound effects are stimulating to our ear. It's exciting to think that those things can be produced by our instrument or vocal cords in our vocal box. Ren showing us just how talented he is once again, but this beat goes hard, and yet it's not a giant production. The beat and this entire thing was stomping and clapping, and it carries this track. The alliteration, the word smithery, I said that before, and then here these song references.
Wrong place and wrong time, guess so.
What he said about the elephant. You know how they say the phrase goes, we need to address the elephant in the room? And he talks about he's the elephant, and that's why they don't want him there. Because if he's there and he's that elephant, we're going to have to talk about it. He's going to call that out. He's going to address it. I want to cry. I have goosebumps. I'm feeling so many things. I want to cry because you watch enough of the news and the social media and it becomes so demoralizing and disheartening. And it's so exciting to have someone like Ren who is addressing these things and calling out the system boldly. It invigorates and it ignites me to want to do the same. It's contagious when you see other people rebelling against the system and saying, you know what, I'm going to call this out. I'm going to say the things that you don't want to talk about.
Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was destined to break because I get no satisfaction.
Get no satisfaction?
I roll stoned E.T. Age with E.T. I phone home.
E.T. the movie I phone home, talking about aliens, which in the beginning of the second night, those guys together talking, all his buddies that have had their place in this whole saga are talking about aliens and the bigger picture. Pig mask, sick boy, animal flow, etc.
TC, don't blink, life is gone. Time don't wait, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
London underground, come rain and thunder. Junkies, drunks and punks stung by the hunger. God is good until life push you under. One by one become cold like the tundra. One by one cast out like pariah. Sever heaven body, so body bow to Messiah. Boy cry wolf, everybody soon expire. Run, little run, little run, little liar.
Knox was in there too. All his people. Oh. My guy. Did y'all hear what he just did with his voice? I hear that kind of wailing and those, when you listen to Arabic quarter notes and the vocal fluctuation that we often find in Middle Eastern music. That's what that makes me think of. Almost like a wailing, a crying. It's like this. Going from hardcore rapping. The artist, he is such a freaking artist. I know his style of rapping is not everyone's thing, but if you just listen to actually what he raps about and the message and the art, my gosh. And now his voice, that timeless Wiedererkennungswert. I keep saying it, the Wiedererkennungswert, this recognition value in his voice where you just know that's Ren, and the vibrato and that timbre of his voice. But now here with that wailing, like Middle Eastern Arab sounding way of using the notes, I can't even process right now. What is that a nod to?
There's no democracy. Democracy ain't corporate lobby free for all. Democracy ain't rich boys, silver spoon seniors. Democracy ain't eating up a lie then forgiving you. Democracy ain't choosing between herpes or chlamydia. Democracy, hypocrisy, a synonym entwined. Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line, and then imprison him, condition him in school to make him blind. After they christen him, the Father, Son, the ghost, we're not the mind. We are divine, we lose potential when we gravitate degree. We are benign, we turn to cancer when we take more than we need. We are designed to be magnificent, we waste that when we walk. A starry night, the plight of Vincent inside cell block 44. I fought a war inside myself, the war of every working man. A war of what's and why's and how's, and when's the time to take a stand? And who's the one to put me in my place? You, or is it God? It's compliance, staying silent. If defiance comes from love, I come from love. I come from hope, I come from truth, I come from trust. I am the last remaining push inside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined, all to die. And for what? Love of power, love of money, love of ego, love of lust. What about love for the sake of love? What about really loving us? But I mean really loving us. That means that I, the me, myself Self is you and so we're we in one. And there's never separation while we're moving round the sun. For the cell of every sentient, it shares a single song. And that's the song of sweet creation. Do you hear the minstrel strong? For there's more to music. Life is music, music is the tongue. In the mouth of Mother Earth and her heart beating is the drum. Hear it, hear it, hear it. That's that thunder in your chest that lets you know that you belong. We are one, we are one, we are free to one song. Something better, better yet reset so we can all live on.
Oh my God. Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent! Vincent! Oh good, he's waking up. Vincent, dear boy, I can feel your frustration, but you're in very safe hands here now, please be patient. You see, we are the cutting edge rehabilitation. Don't you feel so excited for this new innovation? Nah, gods, what the fuck, man, I think I wanna leave. Oh, leave? I'm afraid that that's impossible, see? You see, we're part of a new program, it's a government scheme. We're making gentlemen from criminals, and that's what you'll be. With a brand new method, the sort of trials and tests. Like our good God, son, you'll be resurrected. What the fuck you on about? What kind of brand new method? Well, we take the frontal lobe and we kind of dissect it. With your synapse augmented with our new serum injected, it aims to recorrect the parts of you we know are defective. There'll be discomfort in your cerebellum, as is expected. Hey, if progress wants a price, let it. Guards, this one will do. Yes, this one's fine. Take him away.
This that climax. I'm losing my dang mind. I had wondered. I don't even know where to begin. I had wondered if, because Vincent van Gogh struggled with his mental illness and voluntarily, from what I understand or recall, went to Saint-Remy, to the asylum, and also suffered from a lot of mental distress, including hallucinations. And I wondered at one point, is this all just in his head? Is it possible that this prison is the asylum? And everything we've seen so far has been in his head. So interesting is that all of what just happened a second ago, the revolt and this event led to him being alone with that professor. It's also interesting for me to see and experience how I felt like this professor was onto something with that light bulb switch, and it now sounding much more concerning. At first I thought, wow, he's onto something. He's addressing the parts of the brain that affect our behavior and crime and our aggression and violence. And I love this idea of the flickering light and the light bulb being replaced. It's not discarding the lamp because the bulb is broken. But now things are getting very concerning. And now I'm starting to wonder, maybe this doctor is dangerous, and maybe what they're trying to do to the brain and the message behind that is also dangerous. Because if you change the prefrontal cortex and parts of the brain and you go through this lobotomy, as Doctor has already pointed out, yes, it will affect and have consequences for the rest of the brain. And what does that mean, right? At what price? But that crescendo, it was amazing to see Oliver and people, Knox in the background, and all these different people part of this project. When they were in that circle, I am mind blown at this. The emotions I'm feeling when they were in the circle that stomped the yard, a cappella, beatboxing composition was phenomenal. Ren's rapping skills were on another level. We're not going to dissect every single bar, but for those of you who love art and who love rap, and the art of rap beyond just a cool hip-hop beat, but actually the art of rap, the wordsmithery and the play on words and the double whipple entendres. The reason why we love Eminem, right? Because that guy is a goat when it comes to all these plays. And Ren does that. He gives us so much art that it's almost hard for the brain to process unless you've listened over and over again, because there's so many parts. It's the composition that's intricate. It's the music video. It's the cinematography. It's the emotion. It's the underlayering thematics and ologies and isms that we could possibly talk about. It's the vocal performance. It's the rap and the wordsmithery. It's crazy. But it was so interesting to see this therapist, social worker, whatever she's supposed to be, sitting there so cold and shaking her head in dismay and contempt. And that made me think of Sick Boy and that cold therapist where there was no empathy, no connection to the patient. Professional just going through the motions. The guards radioing each other because they could feel the tension rising of this upcoming riot, revolt. everyone going crazy. The wordsmithery off the charts. We're off the charts. We're talking about the distraction and how we're all being polarized. And that's already where I was getting really excited. Seeing Ren addressing this, what's happening in our world, right? Where we're being played, we're being programmed from birth to death, brainwashed to be soldiers to fight for a cause in a war that wasn't our own. Addressing topics that have been a thing among true artists for years, for decades and decades. Bands have come and gone that have used their platform, thankfully, to call out a corrupt system, to address the government, to call out war, and to address what's going on, and to criticize, and to use their power to speak up. And there's something so igniting and encouraging about that when you see other people that you respect and look up to doing it too. I loved how it was split into acts, like a complete amazing play, so fitting to this to this nod to classical music, to Vincent van Gogh, to Shakespeare, to all these artists of old whose work we appreciate. Really bringing it back to Act 1, Act 2. This is drama. This is a play. This is not just a movie episode, not just some watered down flick that you can just skim through. There's so many layers. The beatboxing, Vincent van Gogh showing up, that was poignant and powerful and absolutely, there was almost something healing about them both standing there at the biggest crescendo of it all. The starry night, the light breaking through, addressing the Trinity, Father, Son, and Ghost, calling it a ghost instead of the Holy Spirit. Some people say Holy Ghost, some people say Holy Spirit. That may be being a play on the second night when we spoke about the phantom and the Ghostbuster scene in that house. Here talking about Father, Son, and Ghost, but not the mind, and calling out how we are so, we talk about religion, we talk about spirituality, we look to all these places, but we don't address the mind, and he's calling out democracy and the hypocrisy thereof, and again, a lot of literary art, but addressing politics and the hypocrisy, addressing faith and religion and our longing for God, but where we also often fall short, the aspects we don't look at. This beautiful scene of the light breaking through, and I think that's powerful psychologically because that touches a deep part of all of us where we all long for the light to break through. Be it we're looking for a breakthrough in our career or to have a new idea if we're the creative type that are looking to paint something new or write a new song. We're looking for light to break through in our search for God. We might look for a breakthrough in our families, in our relationships. That human desire of give me light in my darkness, break through to me. And it then shifts, the crescendo kicks in, and then we have that beautiful, amazing imagery of Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night, which that in itself speaks volumes. It speaks volumes of Vincent van Gogh's turmoil, but also his longing for peace. It speaks of the peace and serenity that nature can bring, the contrast between that dark tree in the front and the bright lights in the back, the confusion and chaos of the swirls, and yet harmonious colors that speak of, how did Vincent van Gogh call it, a greater quiet, where he would refer to these, in his letters and artistic pursuits, he had this concept of the greater quiet. It refers to a state of inner peace, profound emotional calm, and stability found through his painting. It was him finding solace through work, not just passively, but actively through the intense labor of painting. A retreat from his turmoil, finding harmony in nature and through color, acceptance and endurance, so many thematics that this painting alone speaks of, both in the time that it was painted for Vincent van Gogh and his mental struggles, but also for us today. And to see this at the ceiling, that place we look up to find answers, to find God, to find restoration. The climax continues, Knox Hill in the background running away. I mean, there's still elements of humor and entertainment, and it's so stimulating to the brain because all of this is happening at the same time. You have this outbreak between prisoners and prison guards and therapist or social worker, everybody going crazy, some jujitsu going on there in the back, it seems. I mean, everybody's going crazy, and Vincent van Gogh in the middle. And it's crazy because Vincent is standing there, almost looking like at peace, as everything is spinning and twirling around him. There's snowflakes flying, dust flying, I can't even see. Pillows, feathers from pillows that have been ripped apart. It's absolute mayhem. And Ren and Vincent van Gogh, this mirror of one another. Ren, who most likely can relate to Vincent van Gogh's physical and mental health struggles, who can relate to him from an artist standpoint, an artist who is leaving a legacy but also has suffered severely. Vincent van Gogh paralleling that. Not only are they paralleling one another, Ren and Vincent van Gogh, but also Ren as Vincent, Gavon and Vincent van Gogh, the artist. There's this parallel universe going on, but it's powerful to see them both standing there almost with a calm, with a determination and a poise in the middle of chaos as everything is swirling. And that's fitting because that's almost like the painting has come to life in our modern day. You have the swirls that we find in the Starry Night. You have the elements of white, which may be depicted here with the ripped feathers and the ashes falling and the ripped feather beds or whatever's flying through the air. You have the swirling. You have the swirling of the Starry Night painting being represented here through the camera going in circles. A greater quiet and a peace in the painting, in Vincent van Gogh's painting Starry Night, that is being portrayed here by Ren, aka Vincent Gavon, aka Vincent van Gogh, standing in the middle, serene, taking in the chaos and still finding peace. And it's this, then he speaks of love, and that part got me because it speaks of, it's funny here to even see the prison guard now chained. It's a desire to rebel against the system, to rebel against those who have us polarized against one another and calling us to war and to kill one another in the name of what? Their agenda. It's a rebellion, a desire to, a very human, psychologically profound desire to be free. I've talked before about, from an existential, theoretical standpoint, that tension in life between freedom and responsibility, between a loneliness and relationship, between uncertainty and certainty. All of this presented here in our human desire to be free, physically, mentally, spiritually, to rebel against a system that is corrupt and that sets you up to fail. This longing within us to revolt. And at the same time, seeing this serenity in all the chaos, taken in by Ren, Vincent van Gogh, and then to see this is wild, that maybe it was all just in his head, which would fit to Vincent van Gogh's real life experience with mental illness and hallucination. Roses falling, very interesting. This act 4 with the professor explaining to him what the procedure is going to be about and what he's going to be a guinea pig for, which is also interesting because that is something we need to talk about. What does this mean? What is he going to be a guinea pig for? What type of lobotomy is this truly? He's been picked, one of the prisoners, 1 out of 3, right? To either get life, be set free, or go to lobotomy, get a lobotomy. What does this mean in the real world? What is Ren trying to communicate here? He is being a guinea pig. Again, a nod to being a pig, being led to the slaughterhouse. You following my drift? There's so much to talk about, that so many things we could talk about, so many layers that this goes. But the part that I loved the most was this takeaway about speaking about a love and a love for self. I think that is so powerful because that is where it begins. Finding a way to be so, that's what I would like to achieve eventually, to be so at peace and grounded, where you're not looking to the government or anybody else to decide who you are, what you can do. And amongst chaos, there is still a greater quiet and a love for self and for man. And the way that Ren keeps talking about love for one another, love for self, love for man, love, we are one. And just as these hands were reaching, the beige and the chocolate hand reaching, light brown, dark brown hands. I don't like saying black and white because that's all BS as well. We all just shades of brown. If you look at a brown palette, you'll see what I mean. This light beige brown and this dark chocolatey brown hand reaching towards one another. That was powerful. It also made me think of, is it Leonardo da Vinci, the God's hand, Adam's hand, God and Adam? You could take this many ways. Is it a racial imagery? It doesn't matter if you're black or white, dark brown, light brown. Imagery about politics. It doesn't matter if you're above the food chain, below, if you're free or imprisoned. Conversation about God and man, that hand image, that painting. Michelangelo, was laber ich denn? Not Leonardo da Vinci. Michelangelo, the creation of Adam. Michelangelo, creation of Adam. That imagery, an imagery of compassion, of reaching through the bars. Phenomenal. And then speaks of love. We are one. And it just got me so excited. And he speaks of the cells. He's bringing biology and science back in. This is not just the spiritual hippy-dippy, but we got to love each other. Love yourself. This is not just vibes. Tiddy McGee over here, if you know what I'm talking about, from the second night when you had our influencer guide getting everybody hyped off of BS, right? This is not just vibes and meditating real hard. This is actual science. This is on a molecular level. When you look at nature, creation, the system, molecularly, on an atom level, the more you study these kind of things, actual science, you see just how deeply connected we all are, that we actually are one. And I mean, we could go on for days to talk about that. The picture parallels you can find out there between the roots of a tree and the way that it compares to the way our lungs are set up. Every one of us, a walking universe. If you look at the millions and millions of cells and organisms and intricate systems within our body. I'm going to get emotional, y'all. You are a miracle. I've said that before, and I don't just mean that, again, in the vibes sense, but in the scientific sense. What do they say? The chance of you even being here, scientifically, is 1 in 14 trillion. Out of all the things that it could have happened, and out of all the sperm, and out of all the possibilities, you, with your consciousness and your existence, is a scientific miracle. You are so beautiful. You're a miracle. And if you could wrap your head around that, and you could dare to say, you know what? I'm enough. I'm loved. I'm more than enough. I'm a walking miracle. If you started walking around loving yourself genuinely, you are loved. And if you started seeing yourself like that, imagine what that would do with us as people. And I think Ren is onto something here. And still, he wakes up from all of this and realizes this was maybe all in his head. This is just crazy to me. I'm not sure if these are hands reaching up or flipping off the man, God, or who knows what. But the details of this are absolutely phenomenal. And so it goes, as that tattoo so fittingly says. We're now here, and maybe this was all in his head. Where is he going to take us? I am absolutely excited to be part of these rides. I am humbled. I am honored. I am mind blown. Tell me, what do you think about this? If you're interested in some merch, please go check out my store. Get yourself my, hold on, let me show you. Get yourself my, Hold My Earrings t-shirt or Dance in the Light. And maybe we got to find a way to get Ren to make us one of these. Please know you are loved. I got excited about this one. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the next ride. Say it with me. Ayo!